so I'm Catman from Catman's Rocks on Voodoo Radio Online and CMRS Radio 1. I'm sat outside the wonderful Victoria Bikers Pub at the fantastic Savfest, and I'm joined by the legend that is a non-jazz fusion artist, Jack J. Hutchinson, and this is take 2, by the way.
It's funny seeing you here, man. Nice to see you again.
I know. It was only 2 minutes since the last interview. Yeah, you can see that in... if you go on television, it's 888 video with subtitles.
Yes.
Anyway, Jack, fantastic show inside there tonight. Absolutely loved it. How did that feel?
Oh, it was great, man. And, there's some moments in that set that were killer, just in terms of the audience singing songs back at me, it was really emotional, actually, when they did I Will Follow You. They sing the chorus back at you. It's pretty phenomenal kind of emotion that you feel. So, it was a really special gig tonight. Really hot and sweaty in there, so I do definitely need a shower.
Yeah, certainly a special gig for a very special cause as well.
I think that's why the people behind have moved away, actually, is because I smell so bad.
I know. Yeah, so a special gig for a special cause tonight.
Absolutely, yeah. I think that, this whole festival is sort of delivering home a really important message that, mental health is something that we all kind of need to address. And
we do.
And I think it's something that probably an awareness of it hasn't been at the forefront for a lot of people.
Yeah.
And, events like this, which are actually really positive events, and they're kind of doing it in a way that feels like we're making a change for the better. So it's been a really, really good day.
Yeah, and I think particularly us men, we don't talk enough, do we?
No.
And I'll say to all my friends, male or female, if you're feeling that way, my phone's always on. Talk to somebody.
Yeah.
It's so important.
I think it's in a band, actually, one of the best things about being on tour is you get to spend a lot of time travelling around in the van.
Yeah.
And most of the musicians that I play with, I've always wanted them to feel like they can talk to me about stuff.
Yeah.
And it should be a kind of nurturing environment, because I think the music industry is a tough place. And
yes.
There's a lot of musicians that struggle with their mental health.
Yeah. And it's not all glamour, is it?
It kind of looks that way on social media, but part of the reason I don't drink anymore was a tour I did at the Czech Republic about 6-7 years ago, and I was boozing beyond belief. And I remember just sitting there in a hotel room, just feeling like something had kind of broken inside me, and so I was like, I need to just stop. And I've never drank since, really, apart from somebody accidentally giving me an alcoholic beer just before I went on stage at Glastonbury last month. But whatever.
Well, it's 8 albums you've done now, isn't it?
Yes.
Battles was very well received, one of my favourite albums ever. It contains one of my favourite songs ever as well.
Right, okay.
Yeah. I think Road to Hell.
I think Road to Hell was, when we wrote that, I wrote it with a guy called Josiah Manning, who's in the Chris Barris band.
Yeah.
Worked at Josiah's studio. And with that one, we talked a lot about kind of Sergio Leone films and the kind of cinemascape of it, and tried to create lyrics that were visual. So I think it kind of works in that way.
Yeah.
It's a good tune.
Yeah, I certainly get that image in my mind, one hand on the Bible, 1 foot on the grave. And
Although whenever I sing that live, I always think about Victor Meldrew. So there you go. It's not all cool.
Yeah. So, future plans then, tours, future albums.
Well, we might be redoing this interview in 5 minutes.
This is the second one. I forgot to turn mics on. You know what I mean? I'm human.
It's all good with rehearsing now. So I'm basically releasing a live album in October, on the 3rd of October, called Battle Scars.
Right.
And so, that was recorded earlier on this year, a show at the Grace in London, and then there's a couple of tracks in the Tuesday Night Music Club in Colston, and I'm really excited about that because I've never done a live album before. We got in the studio, and straight away you're like, I could fix that part, and I had to really resist it. And there's a real clangor in Love Is the Law where I really hit the wrong note, but at least it proves that it was live. You don't want to start fixing stuff like that. So it's good. I think it sounds really, really good.
Yeah, I mean, this is a question I ask every artist that I interview, and talking about being on the road. When you're out there on the road and everything, have you had any really funny moments, any Spinal Tap
I broke my foot it's about 5 weeks ago now, and I didn't realise I'd done it. I jumped off stage, and then I felt a pain in my foot, and then hobbled over to the merch desk. Then we played Made of Stone 2 weeks later, and it was still hurting, so I took a load of painkillers. And then after I'd played Made of Stone, went to bed, woke up the next morning, and basically my foot was kind of purple, so I'd done something quite bad to it. But it seems to be getting better now. The most silly thing that's happened on the road is I once left a band member at a service station, and I just drove off. And we'd been in, got coffees, so all the doors slammed, and we were all just getting in, chatting, on the way to play a gig in Norwich. And then we got about 5 miles up the road, and my bass at the time, Danny Rock, was like, I don't think Tom's in the back of the car. So we had to circle round, and we got back there, and Tom's from New Jersey, and he was just stood there outside Burger King at his services, and he just went, I can't believe that you left me at the services, Jack. So that's probably the funniest thing, but it didn't happen to me. So I'm pretty sure he wouldn't see it as being very funny.
Absolutely brilliant. So when you're not playing music, what do you get up to?
I do drawings. I make a lot of drawings when I'm at home.
Oh, very cool.
I think it's such a different experience to playing live, where it's all kind of instantaneous. With drawings, I think it's quite meditative, and it sort of slows you down a bit, and it makes me chill out. But yeah, I mean, I play guitar a lot. That's how I relax. So it's all about music, really.
I work myself, painted, and it just when I'm doing that, the world's gone.
Yeah. I'm a big fan of manga, so I make sort of manga type drawings. That kind of thing.
Very cool.
So, yeah.
Very cool. Now I want to touch on last weekend's Firebolt Festival.
Yes.
Them morning sessions you did, the jam with Jag, and particularly them two lads that got up here. That was a fantastic thing you did there.
Yeah, man. There were two lads that got up who were both 11.
Yeah.
And they were great. And what I love about kids when they're that age is they're kind of fearless.
Yeah.
So, I play gigs. I mean, I've been playing gigs for quite some time now, and I do sometimes certain gigs I'll get nervous about.
Yeah.
I was nervous about Made of Stone last month for whatever reason. These kids were just like ready to rock.
Yeah.
They were like peak Angus Young. It was brilliant.
Yeah.
And hopefully that moment's inspired them to carry on.
I certainly hope so. I mean, I was there, and boy, them lads could play.
Yeah, they were great. They were telling the rest of the band now to play the tunes, which was amazing. So, yeah.
It was amazing. Well, Jack, it's been an absolute pleasure to interview you again.
Yes.
Twice in 5 minutes because I didn't turn the microphones on. But Jack J. Hutchinson. Oh, hang on a minute. I have forgot something. We have an announcement, don't we?
We do, yes.
A big announcement. Get the 7th of March in your diaries. Get yourselves to the Globe in Glossop because
I am performing, and this time I will not almost fall through the stage, which is what happened last time I played there.
Well, right, we better get some, mark that down on the contract. But yes, Steel Post Festival are going to be doing a satellite show at the Globe, and Jack Hutchinson is your headliner for the night.
Can't wait. That's a great venue. Really cool venue.
Certainly is. Jack, an absolute pleasure.
Nice to see you, man.
Yep. That's what happens.